Unfortunately, I am Superman of Doom. The people of the Motherland have come. Unfortunately, I am Superman of Doom. Chapter 20. The day of reviewing at school passes. In the evening, Eamon's ride directly in Tifa's car back to her home. Chen Hong in the main driver's seat made a straight face the whole time and coughed. Miss, because of your willful announcement this morning, the stock of Dream Century not only fell to the limit, but also let us who were already competing with Dynasty technology into a predicament. Quote. Meng Tifa frowned lightly and said in a dissatisfied tone, Aunt Chen, what are you doing suddenly saying this? Chen Hong sighed secretly, raised his eyes to look in the rearview mirror, and glanced at the silver-haired boy sitting next to Tifa. I have to say that the other party's appearance is indeed very beatable, but what is the use of just a vase? Unfortunately, I can't help but like the eldest lady. ... Chen Hong and her car parked outside the house and waited, while Yi Meng and Tifa entered the single-family house. Aunt Chen is actually very good, that is, said Tifa in a low voice. Actually, I can understand her, really. Yi Meng shrugged his shoulders without caring about this. 3 years ago, even I didn't think I was worthy to stand next to you and embrace you in my arms. Tifa smiled at him. So what now? Yi Meng looked at Tifa in embarrassment. You won't let me spit out what has already been eaten dry and wiped clean, will you? You. Begging. Tifa blushed and punched Yi Meng. You practiced secretly, didn't you? Yi Meng covered his chest and gasped for air. Tifa's punch was indeed stronger than expected. Tifa hurriedly reached out and rubbed it. Curious. Don't you ask me, why did you suddenly disclose that? You must have a reason for doing things. And I think that high school is almost over, and there is really no need to hide it anymore. Yi Meng calmly replied. After knowing the behind-the-scenes truth of this world, he felt that his state of mind had changed a lot, and he used to do things more in accordance with the universal laws of society. But now he only has the desire to pursue extraordinary power. Money, reputation, class, fallacies. In an extraordinary world with the invasion of the heavens from time to time, it is all virtual. When he has extraordinary power, he can ensure the safety of himself and those around him, and the rules can no longer bind him. Meng Tifa looked at the silver-haired boy full of confidence, as if she faintly saw another similar figure, which made her heart violently remember and shake. So that the corners of her mouth involuntarily raised a beautiful arc. Yi Meng continued, I have developed a new technology that should be able to greatly optimize and improve on the basis of the ordinary projection technology launched by your Dream Century enterprise. Quote. Okay, Tifa nodded. Yi Meng looked at her in surprise. I thought you would be more surprised by this. I'm not lying. But I've developed an advanced virtual imaging technology that should help your company get out of the so-called competitive predicament. Quote. Tifa smiled and her eyes curved like a crescent, and she stepped forward and hugged Yi Meng with open and slender arms. As if she was not the slightest surprised that he could develop a new projection technology. I've been pleasantly surprised enough. She smiled and smiled. Her fair and soft face was buried in Yi Meng's body, and the depths of her pale red eyes flashed with a crystal shimmer. That night, Marvel Dreamland. A wooden house under the name of the Stark family. In a small room. Morgan, congratulations. You have learned all the knowledge at the high school level, and with your current level of knowledge, you can enter the university after consolidating it. Yi Meng, the avatar of artificial intelligence, did not hesitate to praise and affirm for the first time through computer audio. Morgan, the object of his teaching, is indeed worthy of this praise. At the age of 6, he completed the knowledge of high school and deserved to be a genius. But this time, the little lowly sitting in the chair did not respond, but looked sideways at the sunny summer forest scene outside the wooden house window. Teacher Yiba, summer vacation is coming. Morgan pouted softly. Yes, tomorrow is the summer vacation. AI Yi Meng echoed. This is also the day he reached a collaboration with Mysterio. It means that the time has come for him as a home artificial intelligence to betray and break away from the Stark family. 0024 The night that decided the fate of the Marvel Universe. Marvel Universe. In downtown New York City, the exterior walls are lined with pedestrians prohibiting private factories. Special effects stage. Quentin Baker, wearing a special effects uniform and high-end virtual VR goggles, stood in the center of the stage. His hair and beard were specially trimmed and sexy. And his face looked a bit like Tony Stark at first glance. This is naturally also a shape that he deliberately made for the sake of planning. Are you all ready? Quentin Baker asked quietly, like a leader calling the shots. At this time, on the side of the special effects stage, there were also other accomplices sitting on the computer, tapping the keyboard with their hands and 5 fingers quickly. The network has been deployed with the European-Italian side, and can maintain a long-term stable delay of no more than 0.01 s. Private jets have been arranged with 5 drones on board, and 3 spare, enough to create the desired effect. It's okay on my side. The elemental monster special effects created before have been loaded on the virtual projection of the drone, and the naked eye cannot distinguish the real from the fake. Quote. Good. Quentin Baker bowed his head in satisfaction, but still said in a deep voice, remember. Your side is the most important. After so many rehearsals, don't make a mistake for me. Spider-Man's kid is very sharp, and a little mistake may be detected by the other party. Quote, we are calculating the Avengers and Stark Industries, and if things are revealed, you and I will be ruined for the rest of our lives. Speaking of this, Quentin Baker's face showed gloomy and fierce, and his eyes scanned the accomplices on the field fiercely. Got it. There will be no problems. The middle-aged man who controlled the special effects master control computer nodded quickly. As a former Stark engineer, he naturally knew that once things were revealed, his life would be completely over. However, if successful, they will receive a part of Stark Industrial Authority, a huge result that is enough to gamble on everything and do whatever it takes. But at this time, the cheeky man's face changed, the speed of tapping the keyboard increased, and he looked at the computer screen in disbelief. Wait. Why is the system suddenly out of control? It seems to have been invaded. Quote, what did you say? The two accomplices next to him also turned pale when they heard this. Quiet. Quentin Baker, however, appeared calm enough, and suddenly looked respectfully towards the air and asked, are you coming? Who else but them? The other three accomplices were stunned. What day of the week is today? A cold, mechanical voice suddenly sounded from the special effects audio. Friday. Quentin Baker seemed to have a code word and smiled. Everything is going according to plan. Quote, Peter Parker has taken a flight to Europe today for a summer vacation. I will also be traveling by private jet tonight and, if nothing else, we'll finish our plans tomorrow in Italy. Get that result? Quote, very good. I will always keep an eye on you. Meng left this sentence and left the built-in network. Your supervision is welcome. Quentin Baker flashed a genuine smile. We're the best partners, aren't we? In the next moment when Meng left the system, it's all restored again. The other accomplices looked at the computer screen in amazement. Baker, who just invaded our system? The man with the cheeks asked in surprise. You don't have to worry about this, just act according to the plan. Quentin Baker responded calmly and did not reveal the existence of Ultron. Tomorrow, he will become the much-anticipated superhero Mysterio, and like Iron Man before him, lead the Avengers into a new era. Quentin Baker sneered in his heart, always staring at me secretly, right? After obtaining that permission, I will destroy you first. Ultron. Quote. This night, Quentin Baker flew to Italy with his special effects props and tricks. Harpy Hogan cheered in the luxury car he was driving because he had made a date with Aunt May. Peter Parker lies in a double room in an apartment somewhere in Italy, tossing and turning in front of the relics of Iron Man in his arms. Pepper Potts was alone at Stark Industries headquarters, working late into the night in his top-floor office, tiredly looking out at the city that never sleeps under the stars. This night, one of the Stark family properties, inside a lakeside cottage with lights out. 6-year-old Morgan was already asleep in bed, breathing lightly evenly, but his sleep was not very good, and his little feet kicked away the thin quilt covered. A cleaning machine in the corner of the room suddenly started, and a mechanical arm quilt quietly leaned out to cover it. The next day, colorful afternoon. The black luxury car drove through the forest aisle and stopped in front of the lakeside wooden house.